So welcome to UK News. Today we have the news that secret world of London's underground railway forgotten tunnels where the Royal Mail's postmint labelled for decades are opening to public. The Mirror takes a trip below the bustling metropolis to take a look at incredible 6-mile subterranean road line from the Paddington to the East End as it gets set to become a key attraction. The revamped rail system once used for the mail train rolls under London. Ronnie Biggs could have saved himself a journey if only he had been aware, and millions of mailbags criss-crossed London right under his feet every day on Royal Mails, a secret underground railway. But the great train rubber from the infamous £2.6 million heist of 1968 knew as little as the rest of us about the Sigma subterranean road line from the Paddington to the east end of London. It operated for the 3/4 of a century, unique driverless electric road with valuable cargo on board. Nobody ever tried a hole up yet. If they had, they would probably have ended up suing mailbags, not stealing them for the high security system. Only 200 engineers, posties, maintenance fitters were allowed deep underground to man mail, right, shifting millions of letters from stations to sorting offices in the capital. The train operated on unique driverless electric roads with valuable cargo on board. The system operated 22 hours a day, and the work was extremely heavy, arduous, and intense, carried out under exceptional conditions. Physical discomfort was appreciable. The workers had less than a minute to load and unload the heavy bags from 15 truck trains. But there was a tremendous team spirit, say engineer Ray Meadows-Worth, who worked there for more than 40 years. We felt we were doing something important. Marais closed in 2003, a victim of the falling letter business and the rationalization of shooting officers above ground. It was destined to remain a secret, the railway that never was, the married castle of the metro. Mirrormen get ready to take a ride on the section that is opening to the public. But the system was built by order of the Parliament, and the technical belongs to the public. It could just be abandoned. As Lantern 3-man staff was kept on to keep the tunnels dry and safe. Now, thanks to a £26 million project backed by the Heritage Lottery Fund, the public can relive this wild and wonderful subterranean experience. A section of the line with specially designed space-age carriages open to visitors today as a unique tourist attraction. It's an intense sell-out, booked for the months ahead. It's too busy that Princess Anne had to give her royal seal of approval in a special ride on the still uncompleted attraction in June. After this historic errand road to get a sick peep show of what visitors can expect. I have been on trains all over the world, but this was a unique adventure. We packed into the tiny carriages, so sensitive that you mustn't touch the doors or heavy windows. It's a bit like being on the Pundy train down and Coolmine, only the steel line too narrow for the narrow coach tracks are much smaller, and when the train stops, there is an eerie silence. Tiny thin satellites hang from the joints as we travel squirrel, clutter, and speed, but not greatly. Through the sharp curves on a couple of miles of the reopened mile and journey that would take about 20 minutes. At this deserted man prison station, a short board still hangs on the wall where the posties played in a respite between the trains that ran every 5 minutes. Images of the mint that work flash on the wall, and we hear the voice of Engineer Ray in a sound commentary telling us what it was like to roll there. Construction of the 22 miles of Fifth Gate Line began in 1914, but was suspended in 1917 as steel was needed for the Great War effort. During that conflict, treasures from the National Gallery, the Tate and the British Museum, including the inscribed against Egyptian Rosetta Stone, were stored in tunnels saved from Zeppelin bombing raids. The system finally opened in 1927, enabled Royal Mail to send 4 million letters a day from a mainline termini to sorting offices such as the giant Mount Pleasant complex still operating today. And that's where you bought mail today, riding the tracks to Royal's reminiscence of a Christmas party held for workers' children, and settled in a mail truck and other filled with gifts. The ghost of yesteryear come back with a moving audiovisual show of the letters from the past. One is from an 11-year-old girl, Maury Rodden, to the young Princess Elizabeth. There is a footage of pleased mail was used several times, once badly in 1943, but the system ran the next day. We passed a graveyard of abandoned trains and sit in the dark as the sound effect of an oncoming train boom. But it's all a bit spooky, but it gives you a genuine feel of another world beneath the feet of Londoners. Looping round Mount Pleasant, we glide quietly back into the West Entrance Chamber, a formal workshop. This space will be used for the special events. The people are ready, queuing to book everything from the concert to 150 place dinners and bar mowers. In an adjoining formal workshop is a collecting of artifacts, including the men's lockers with all their old tools, messages, clothing, paraphernalia of worker life. They are interactive display for this and buffer not oddies, plus graphic narrations of the story of mail. The tale of 500 years of communication is told to stunning effect in a new postal museum. Behind a screen is a priceless sheet of the original 1,840 penny plaques and stamps that changed the world using in prepaid letters. This also why built bicycle invented by the Victoria engineer to cope with a huge increase in post. Postmen hated the thing It gave them a sore backside. It was slapped, and he is a 1941 motorbike used by telegram boys in the Second War. They were known as an angel of death because they brought news of the demise of loved ones. It's all here. The history of the post is the history of modern Britain. Nobody ever did plumb the mail, and at £16 for adults plus half that for kids. Admission to the secret railway and the museum is a day-night robbery. If Mr. Biggs were still around, he would eat his heart out with envy. The Postal Museum, 15 to 20 for Onyx Place, London, WC1XODA for booking seats. Thank you very much for enjoy the news. I hope that you will enjoy this news. Please subscribe my channel to get more news. Thank you.